Ha-ha! It's me, Kevin Smith, and you're watching How Many Days?
My name is Gavin Michael Booth. How many days is my mission to meet the people who have inspired my filmmaking career the most? Every day, I'll post a video and it's up to you, combined with the power of the World Wide Web, to help me catch their attention. Today for How Many Days, I have a little bit more with my Kevin Smith interview from Toronto. If you're not familiar with How Many Days, this is my quest to meet the 12 people who've inspired my film career the most. You can check it out at howmanydays.ca. Kevin Smith is the 4th person on the list to contact me about the project, so there are 8 more to go, and a bonus round of Ellen DeGeneres to get my friend Brady Thrasher and his t-shirt company Affected featured on Ellen's show so that his t-shirt company can grow global, because I think it's such an amazing cause and Brady's working so hard towards it. Anyway, here's Kevin for today. Your early career. One of the questions I have, if Clerks hadn't have had the Sundance success, if it hadn't have had the Weinsteins behind it from day one.
Yes, nothing would ever... Go ahead, finish the question.
Yeah, what was your plan as an independent filmmaker? Like, what was step 2 if Sundance didn't happen?
Step 2 I never really had. I mean, Clerks was a multi-step film for us, and it was make it and get it done in order to screen at the independent feature film market, something that the IFP East, the Independent Feature Project, used to run back in the late 80s, early 90s. It's still around, but they've shifted what it is. Back then, it was essentially this kind of film festival where you paid $500 and they programmed your movie. And they were giving you a slot at like the Angelica Film Center over the course of this week, and that's wonderful art house cinema in Manhattan, down the village area. So that you would try to pack that screening with as many like potential distributors or financiers or press as you could. So we were gearing towards that. It was like make Clerks and get there, because I'd read an article about Richard Linklater, who had done Slacker and taken it to the market and gotten a great reception when he came back the next year. He'd been there originally as a work in progress, and he came back as a finished film. He was hailed as a conquering hero. I said, well, this is what we have to do. This dude took Slacker to the IFFM. A year later he had a distribution, so let's go to the IFFM and we'll get our distribution, because that's how it must happen for everybody, right? And I had no clue that it wasn't that simple, but I think that helped. I think it helped being absolutely fucking naive and completely guileless and such a rank amateur, because you didn't really think about the possibility that it might not pan out for you, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed to always make sense. Like, I remember seeing Slacker and I remember really enjoying it and laughing along with the movie when I saw it, but the people around me were laughing hysterically, dude, like gut busting, like knee slapping, as if it was like a Police Academy movie, maybe the second one or something, when we still kind of liked it. So I was just like, man, if they think this is funny, I think I could make a funny film. And it never occurred to me that like people might not see that funny film, because I'd seen people like Robert and Rodriguez and Richard Linklater and Spike Lee, even Martin Scorsese back in the day, make their first film, and that kind of launches them into making the next film. They pay for the first one and have their mom help them make food or whatever in the case of Scorsese's flick. Next film, somebody's giving them money to make a movie, and that's all I wanted. We wanted to make Clerks just as a showcase film, to be like, look, obviously we know how to make a movie, so can you give us money for the next one? So that was always the plan. It was a 2-tier plan. Make Clerks, bring it to the IFFM, it will get sold, and then we'd think about the next one. I never thought in a million years that like it might not get picked up until we had a screening at the IFFM. Nobody was there, and then I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, I must be absolutely retarded. Nobody's gonna buy this movie. Listen to the way they're talking. All they're doing is cursing. It's not dialogue. There's a string of expletives. Looks like shit. I can't even tell, is that a dude or a guy or a chick? I don't, did the cat just shit in a box? The whole movie felt terrible. Like I was just like suddenly, like I'd been asleep for like a year and woke up and saw what happened, what I did in my sleep, and I was like, oh my God, I'm ruined. And about 30, 40 minutes into the movie, I was just like, you know what? This would be, I spent on this movie what I would have spent going a year of good film school, so let me consider this film school. Maybe one day I'll be able to pay this debt off, and if I do, then I could think about maybe making another movie. So I was sitting there going, okay, once I pay off my debt on Clerks, on the credit cards, maybe I'll think about trying to make another movie again. And it reminded me of something that I'd hear years later from Quentin. Quentin was talking about having made Kill Bill 1 and 2, but he really shot it as one flick. And he was telling me, he's like, I got to make another Chop Socky movie. And I said, why? You made one. He's like, I know, but just when I learned how to do it right and perfect, I was done. So I got to take all that knowledge, put it into one more at least, right? And I was like, that makes sense to me. And that's how I felt about Clerks that day at the screening, where I was just like, all right, I have all this experience now on how to do this. I can do it better next time, but first I got to pay this shit off. So that was my big fear at that point. And then it was at that screening, there was one guy, I mean, literally nobody was there. I've said it a zillion times, but 10 people, all cast and crew, people that had something to do with the movie. One other guy, this dude Bob Hawke, who was an independent film guru of sorts, and he saw the flick and was like, you should submit to Sundance. And we didn't know who he was. We just assumed he was some ass clown who was there watching the movie, had no connection to anybody. His badge didn't say Sundance, didn't say Mirimax or Fine Line. So we were like, that's very nice of you to say, kindly old sir, but we're fucked. I know we're fucked. I just sat there, nobody was here. But it was kind of him, you know. It was a dude. It felt like he was a dude going like, if I don't say something nice, this dude might try to kill himself. This fat director is going to kill himself tonight if I don't say something kind. So the next day, all of a sudden we started getting these calls. Like, you know, I got a call from Filmmaker magazine. There's an author named Peter Broderick who had written this piece that we actually used to help budget our movie the year before. He had breakdowns for the budgets of Laws of Gravity, Greg Araki movie, I forget which one. There was the third. I forget what the third was. Together Alone, I want to say, which was like a $7,000 movie. So we used that because that was how we, you know, we didn't know how to do a proper budget or anything like that. We're like, all right, so Slacker spent about 25 grand making their movie, 30 grand, whatever it is. Since I'm paying for it, let's just say that if we get over 20 grand, we'll start worrying. Until then, we got to figure we're in the right ballpark, you know, and charged a lot of equipment on credit cards that I collected over the years and shit like that. So we went into, I just think there was something really nice about going in just kind of like, yeah, of course this will work, you know, everything makes sense, why wouldn't it work? And if I'd really thought about it, I would have been like, this is fucking, that happens to other people. It ain't gonna happen to you. Fucking, what are you gonna say? Like that somebody else hasn't said already in cinema. And you're not from Los Angeles, from New Jersey, and your bullshit's uninteresting to a lot of people. So I just, you know, that would have killed it. And then I would still be working at Quick Stop, watching movies, going, man, I wonder if I made that movie, you know. Every once in a while digging up Clerks, reading it, going like, wow, it was funny. I should have done it and shit like that. So it worked out, but I had no plan whatsoever.
What was interesting in interviewing Kevin with this is everything that he said is very similar to my experience of making my first film, Leaving Town, with my old partner, Mike Drulard, that we founded Mimetic together. Anyways, when we made Leaving Town, my example came from not watching Slacker, which I had seen, but from watching Clerks. Exactly what he talks about, seeing Richard Linklater's film, and I can do this, I can raise a little bit of money and make a film, is exactly how I put together Leaving Town and sort of structured you know, my budgets and things like that based on the way that Clerks have been made. It was something I saw in high school and really just inspired me to sort of do it on my own without going to film school in any way, shape, or form. So you can definitely see the parallels and why I might have put Kevin on the list, because we're at least like-minded. And then the fact that he dug a couple of my film ideas quite a bit was really encouraging about the one we're about to make, The Exchange. You know, it can't go wrong. So definitely was a great meetup, and I thank you again, Kevin, for taking the time to meet with me. If you're watching, if you have any connections to the other people on my list, visit the website, howmanydays.ca, and let me know. Get involved. This is interactive. I just post the video every day. It's up to you out there to sort of connect the dots and see if there's anyone that you can help me connect to and finish this quest, because we're coming up on 2 years. It's a lot of video blogs. The sooner this quest ends, the sooner the world has to have a daily blog from Gavin Booth. Visit howmanydays.ca to find out who's on my list. I won't stop until I've met face-to-face with these artists.